All right. Looks like you can hear me as far as the button goes. I'll apologize in advance. I'm definitely going to be coughing still. Feeling a little bit better, but obviously still coughing. Um, you know, it is what it is. Sound is good. Yeah. I was trying to mess with the noise canceling to see if like because like when I cough, the sound like spikes because of it. If it would like mute that a little bit. So it may. We'll see. Try to like turn, but it comes too quickly. So we'll see. Got some meds, most meds I could take, and a cough drop, and we'll see how it goes. Um, no, yeah, I don't know. Everybody know it's like yeah, it lasts for a few weeks. My mom's like, she's like, yeah, just get used to it. I was like, yeah, I mean, I got it, mom. So, what the heck is this? Kid was playing with stuff. Yeah, I did that. Um, see how it works. Anyway, all right, so start running. I haven't really looked at charts in like probably a week. I basically just did a ton of sleeping, ton of coughing um, last week. Yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Anyway, right now in the last 24 hours, let's make sure everything is clicked. Whoops. There you go. We got everything on. Apply filter. And you can see no major news today. Chinese loans came in, higher than expected. There's a couple of remarks on it. Not necessarily the biggest mover out there. You can see biggest mover on the board right now is the pound yen 104. Um, not quite an ATR, but not far off either. Um, it's decent movement. Everything else, again, dollar yen up 44 is number two on the board. Again, you can pull from that it's yen weakness, which is driving those both higher. As far as anything else, kind of mixed. You can see the euro dollar down a little bit, pound dollar up a little bit, dollar Swiss up a little bit, dollar cat up a little bit, but then Aussie dollar up a little bit when gold is actually pulling back. So um, it's Monday. Not tons of not tons of earth shattering news. Um, the next real big kind of set of news is going to be the government shutdown. There are plans out there. We'll see what happens. We'll see if compromises are made. It's definitely shaping up to be pretty interesting. Um, I think the current plans out there do not have any funding for the Ukraine or Israel. The Israeli situation is taking an interesting turn. I guess there was internal memos released with 100 State Department representatives signing off, basically going after Biden, basically saying, "Listen, you need to, stop with the support. That it has gone too far." Um, again, Biden has some major problems right now going on, but yeah, internal State Department memo. So we'll see. And again, is that going to be kind of one of those major issues that will start dominating things? It's how again, leaving aid out of the government continuation is one bit of it, but is that going to be a hot button? How much money is being spent overseas? So we'll see. We'll see. But that's going to be the next big thing out there that we have kind of looming on the horizon. Nothing today. Going into tomorrow, we do have some data. Obviously, on Tuesday, we have the CPI data. The yearly CPI 3.3. Again, remember, everything shifted back to core. And this is kind of that continuing trend that we're seeing. People are like, oh, but the CPI. But then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, but the core number is what matters the most when the core justifies kind of the news narrative that they want you to believe. Um, thanks, buds. Thank you. Um, So the core is it's again on a monthly basis it's point 0.3. It's not going down. CPI on a monthly basis is down, but remember CPI is a little bit different than core. When you're looking at core, what does it do? It strips out food and energy. We know that obviously energy prices are gas prices are coming back down again. It's in like 77 or something like that. So again, if we're not getting the food cost, but the cost of everything else is not really changing. So yeah, the CPI, which includes gas, because again, gas is coming down, right? Again, oil at 77 is awesome. This looks like an awesome number. It's like, yeah, the fight is there. Well, no, it's not the fight against inflation. It's that gas prices have come down drastically. And that's why you're seeing such a big drop. I mean, on a monthly basis, it's dropped down point 0.3, and on a yearly basis, it's dropped by point 0.4. So, you know, the core number is the one that you really got to look out for. And then obviously wage price increases. You can see, wage price index going higher. And then again, some industrial production in China as well may help. So, next 24 hours, there's a couple small news releases. CPI, yeah, CPI matters, but as far as what the Fed is looking at, again, the Fed is going to look at the core number, not the headline overall CPI number. And anybody that kind of knows anything, again, people will be talking about it, but the reality is, yeah, gas prices are down, and when you see that big of a drop on a monthly basis, and it's basically the same drop on a yearly basis, a lot of that has to do with where oil is and what's going on there. I think a lot of people thought that there was going to be an escalation, but thus far there hasn't been. There hasn't been a disruption of supply, as well as Russia is getting rid of their export ban. So again, that is more potentially more supply on the market, which again would also bring the price of oil down. So it's funny, kind of comes back. Our inflation problem, who's fixing it? And it's kind of like Russia, right? The evil empire. They're so bad, but they're actually helping. You know, right now, currently with the reduction in oil prices because of their supply lift. So funny how that works out, right? Um, Everything Russia bad, they're gonna put more supply on. Woo, good oil. We're winning the fight. So we'll see. We'll see. Going over looking at charts. Oh, it's spiking because the US is coming online. But VIX wise, 15.3 or 15.13. Whoops. There we go. I'm at that stage now where it's like I'm coughing because of like post nasal drip and inflammation, right? But like you go to blow my nose or like, try to get it out of there and you can't get it out. It's like hidden post nasal drip right now. So yeah. Anyway, VIX has popped up this morning a little bit. Again, ending Friday down low. Obviously, it always pops up over the weekend. That's normal, right? Because you never know what's going to happen over the weekend. A lot of important stuff tends to happen over the weekend. But I wouldn't say that much happened really over this weekend. So not the end of the world. It should come kind of crumble back down again. Um, I think people have been, surprised at the recent rallies a lot, and that's why we just saw last week really the continued drop. But there was no real news to really, really kind of affect it. Again, the Fed is at the top or very, very close to the top. Everybody knows that. So the long term certainty of it is, I think a little bit more in the market. We're kind of cycling back into, kind of what normal looks like, right? The dollar still maintaining. Again, we did take a big drop last week, or actually on the third, 2 weeks ago, because obviously with the Fed statement and everything like that, and the comments made, and no real changes, and there's not really that much difference out there. There's not, it is what it is. But all it did last week, starting last Monday, right? It rallied up and then just kind of held, right? 105. Again, I wasn't here, but really the dollar really didn't do much last week either, right? It kind of started here on Monday morning, and we're kind of sitting right where we were actually. If we look at it, let's see, 9:30 on Monday, we were sitting right there, and that's where we are right now. So not that much difference considering, right? A little bit down, a little bit up, a little bit down, a little bit up, and we just kind of held and maintained. But we're still playing with 106 right now. Not much has changed. Um, a lot of this people would be, under the assumption that, oh my God, the Fed's done, the dollar's smoked. And again, we're really just kind of holding that a 106 level. So, um, you know, where we are, it's not much different. All the indices are currently in the red, but just barely. I mean, like the YM is only zero point 0.1 down, right? 0.8, 0.7, 0.4. Not real deep, right? Not real deep. And I think they have the ability to rally back. I mean, a lot of people are talking about, oh my God, we've had like 9 days. We're waiting for that negative day. It's talking about how many days up it's been. A lot of people are like, oh, close the week higher again. Starting to talk about all these rallies. It's kind of like when people see red, they're like, oh yeah, it's going to be today's the red day. And then we don't get it. So overall, is there any news today that can really, kind of kill this? Let's see. What is the Yeah, we're flirting with resistance highs, right? Resistance lines from July high, right? Um, I don't know, a little bit different of a situation right now. So, a little bit red. I wouldn't be surprised if these can creep into the green today. Looking at the commodities, you're seeing oil up a little bit, right? From where we closed, it's up a little bit this morning. I mean, again, the European market is kind of set it higher, and overall, again, if the economy is good, right? There's no reason to kind of have this fall. You can see from last week, releasing some of those supplies, we took a real big drop from the 82 all the way down to 74, and we're kind of coming back. And if you take this big high to low draw, and again, we'll break it down a little bit more, but the last big push, we are approaching a 23.6, and as you guys know, big technical market. So we're surging at the U.S. Open, But again, there's a little bit of a zone right here where a lot of people algo trades will get involved. So could oil be turning and flipping? Natural gas. Natural gas is up a little bit. It played with three, and look at this. This just goes to show you. Sorry, how big like these round numbers are. Three's obviously a big one, right? What did it do? It came down and touched it, and then Friday touched it again, and then we just pulled back from it. It's pulling back. We can run from fibs up there, but it's up 5% today. You don't like to see those 5% gains at the top side, but even with that 5% gain, it did push down. It's only at 319. Three would be better, right? Three would be better, but for the most part, um, yeah, it's got some room to go. So yeah, Um, we'll break this one down further. Now, gold, 1935. Again, we had drawn this level a long time ago. It's an old level. We talked about it. You got a little bit of a bounce off of it. But the reality is, if the fight against inflation is done, we're holding it. We're going to be restricted for a while. You can see that 2000 mark. We said, the last time we broadcasted a week ago. Listen, 2000 is great places to short. And you can see we came down. We tagged the target. We came back up again. And Harry Potter didn't continue to push. And now we're at 1934. And we were playing with 2000 a week ago. So we saw that one in there. And silver's the same thing. We talked about being 22, playing with this. You can see there was a spike up on Thursday. And what did it do? All the way back down to 22. And now we're sitting back down to kind of where we said the price should potentially be at. So, although we weren't here, kind of our targets from the week before, right? If you had swing traded them, they're all kind of where they are right now, as far as these go. Now, Aussie's kind of flatlined since Thursday. We've been kind of stuck in a little area, and we had drawn this before. I mean, obviously, I could, bring this up because, or actually, take this one off. I can bring this up because we know that price went higher up there. Again, profit target one looks like it got hit here. We'll pull this off. We called for some type of a hair potty, looking for some basing, and it really kind of didn't do it. It's a little bit right here. Again, that was a Monday, Tuesday ish time frame. Not really the best of levels though. We never really got that, but you can see we took two bounces off the next level here, pushed all the way down. We had drawn this level here, and you can see that's what we had a lot of problems with. We just, as of Thursday, it was like chop, 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 and it did break through just briefly Friday morning, and then pop right back up, and we went right back into the mini this channel. So we can remove this; it's officially out. Looks like the next big kind of fib level down has already been hit twice. Right, you got a level sitting right here. It's been hit twice and pushed pretty deep, so ideally that's kind of a target to the downside. I don't think that's a bad target to the downside overall. Um, right now, maybe we drive down there for the Australian news tonight. Um, the other bad thing too, because I've coughed so much, my throat is just kind of like raw. Coffee, if it's too hot, definitely can feel it. How many would it have to move? About 40 pips. Um, so it's got a 20 pip 4 hour ATR. It could get down there. Maybe we look for a bounce off of that. Not a bad spot. Again, it was a 23 in the first time. It got the confirmation in, so if it comes back up again, there is some selling pressure in there. Oh, it's only 10 pips too. I like that. That's not bad. So we'll see what it does. If it gives us a little bit of a pullback, we have a push. If it goes all the way down, it may end up hitting the full profit target. Um, yeah, it's probably the best we got on there right now. Even though it doesn't pop up. Yeah, probably the best one. I feel like that's where your better area is down here. Yeah, I think the pullback and continuation is fine. We're kind of sitting in no man's land a little bit. We're getting really, really close to that bottom part of the curve, though. So overall, if we do get a pullback, 63.74 down to 63.23, I like that one, and then look for a push down. Again, watch out for news. I think there's plenty of news releases over here, particularly CPI. Again, with the two CPI readings tomorrow morning, if we can get price to pull back, look for a turn and push to the downside. Also yen also pulling back. We know that we have yen weakness overnight, so not surprised that it's coming back. You can see that there's obviously areas in here. Again, it's already been hit twice. Nice push off of it. I think that's the next area. If we can rally up a little bit more, it would also match what we see in the dollar, in the Aussie dollar. What, buds? What, you want to eat? Okay, you got to wait till I'm done. Okay. As soon as I'm done, I'll go get you something to eat. Okay. He's on a big. Melissa brought this honey almond cream cheese home, and his like breakfast. You know, this is his breakfast trend is he likes raisin bread. So he's having honey wheat, or what is it? What did I say? Almond honey, honey almond. I don't know what order is then. Honey almond cream cheese on raisin bread, and he eats it like 4 times a day. Like it's amazing how much he's eating of it. We're like, oh, you like this? Okay, here you go. Breakfast is good. Um. Anyway, this would match the Aussie dollar. Look for turn and flip, probably similar, maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, about 15 pips risk, which is not bad for this pair. And again, if we rally up tonight, that could be good for down here. If not, again, I don't like any of these zones right now. We talked about a profit target here, and you can see that it did touch it. Oops. Right on the profit target. Okay, so there we go. Take that one out. And again, right now, I don't love this one down lower. We got plenty of room to break through. So the best thing I have for us again is a hit here and then kind of a push. It can be for news, but some type of a push across. Okay, euro dollar. Not much difference in euro dollar. What's this news? Oh, just the volatility piece. Um, we talked about coming through and breaking and finding a basing in here, right? We're like, listen, we're looking for some type of a Harry Potter here. Again, there was an old trade there. We're like, okay, have it break, and boom, boom, buyers came in, buyers came in, buyers came in. You can see it really hasn't given us. I mean, there's been a wick that goes through, wick that goes through, wick that goes through, wick that goes through. There was no basing in here, no real basing in here. I guess there's a little bit of basing here. It was all right, but not really. It's kind of where we're at right now, and that's yeah, Sunday night. You're not taking that on Sunday night. So overall in this one, I still think if we could find an area in here, um, I mean, right now probably there, maybe here. I mean, problem is we got this over here, so let's pull this one off. Let's run. Let's pull that off. Pull that off. That took off. Let's just update this. Up. I mean, it's hit this area so many times. You know, it was a top here, right? Top, base below, boom, 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 base, boom, 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 hit it again. So it's there. I don't know. I got to see where the right base is to see whether or not I pull the trigger on it. Um, it's all right. It, like I said, it meets the qualifications. It's hit this area so many times and it's formed, but I don't have a base to pull the trigger on it. Overall, I think obviously dollar strength coming in. The European Union is much weaker than the U.S. is. Even if we don't raise interest rates, the dollar's in a better position. We'll come out of it. You know, our economy's been able to justify it. Although I did read something this morning. Was this morning or last night? Um, Basically talking about with student loan payments being allowed again, that it may hurt the Christmas season this year because people have gone for the last couple of months or whatever without having to make student loans, and now all of a sudden student loans are back on the table. That's an added expense, and credit card debt is back to like high levels, extremely high levels. And again, I think I posted in Discord that Moody's downgraded the U.S. from stable to negative. You know, negative outlook. It's always not what you want, right? Your banking system to be you know, rated as negative, right? Negative from stable. It's not ideal, right? And you know, yeah, a lot of problems. Anyway, look for a short on this one. Look for a base and drop. I just don't have a good one right now to be able to draw for you guys. Euro pound. We came back up again. We talked about profit targets on the top. Again, you can see we're still playing with that same area. New top was put in Friday at 10:30. Again, we're kind of still in the range where we expected to be. We were looking for this one to top out, and that's where it did. So let's pull these just so there's no confusion with it. The bottom went through. I think we talked about this. This was 2 weeks ago. The push through. Let's just pull it so we can clean it. All right. 70 wasn't hit, so we'll leave that. That hit. That hit. Um, there. Level to 50 was okay, but once it went through here on Thursday, uh, got 25. It's got 8 hours worth of movement. Problem is, again, with the 35 pip ATR, right now it's like, oh, could we sell off of here again? Yeah, potentially, but that's about 25 pips away. So 75% of a daily movement. And again, we're just kind of retracing it right now. And vice versa. You could say, well, wait a second, this is a decent, 1, 2 candle bottom at 530, kind of exploded off. And you're right, you wouldn't be wrong, but it's also 28 pips. So again, it's almost an entire day's worth of movement from right now. It's already kind of pushed down, right? The European push this morning from like the 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock window was about 30 pips. I mean, it's already done 31 down and 20 back up. So I mean, it's already put in 50 pips worth of movement today, right? So with a 38 pip ATR, daily ATR, it's kind of put some work in with 2 hours to go. Is there going to be much here? Not really. Um, we do have enough tomorrow morning. I don't know why they marked this as yellow. I mean, it's a good economic sentiment for Germany. Um, yeah, we may see something over here. Unemployment rate. So again, there's something set up over there. This probably dies in the next 2 hours. Maybe if it's up here, we look for this to potentially push down. And again, that would be pound strength coming in. That actually wouldn't be a bad position. Oops, 27 to go. Um, it's not bad. Again, setting this up in the overnight, maybe check this 9, 10 o'clock tonight and see how close we are to it. Maybe we come up before then, but I don't think so. Yeah, look for a turn on that one. It's not bad. It's okay, but we're not talking about a whole lot of pips, just FYI. Euro yen, again, we're seeing yen weakness across the board. So seeing this rally up, not surprised. Again, it has rallied quite a bit off of this right now, though. So let's erase some of this stuff from last week. We'll leave the 160 on there. Let's take this from here, run it all the way. No. Yeah, you can see there's an okay level at the 50. My finger's obviously not working. All right. All right. So you can see 162. So right around 163, we do have an area, and that was on the daily that we had a nice little kind of push and then retest back again with a little confirmation. So we do have some room to run. Got about 90 pips to go for that one though. And again, the economic sentiment is sitting over there. This would be a lot of a push. This would be a lot of weakness today. I don't know if we can get that much in with everything we've seen thus far. I mean, since the European market opened, you're talking about 97 pips. It's got 98 pips as a daily ATR, so it's done its 1 day worth of movement already. Um, in the overnight, yeah, it's not. It may be something that we're looking for over here, right? If we're sitting there, potentially something, right? Right now, again, I don't really want to bet on the yen. So again, we're getting close to a spot, but I think the news will. If we can get up there for news, I think that's a decent short for 163. As far as pullbacks go, again, the best one is really sitting down here. And again, that's if that is going to be the pure top. If it doesn't go any higher, I don't know if that's going to be it, but 160.80. Again, it's a decent level. It's the 50, so it's got a couple things going for it. It's got some room though. It's got over a day's worth of movement to get back down there. So again, it may not be the best opportunity today. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, we have some the ability to take that one. Now let's see what happened at 2 at 10. It's weird. 10 o'clock, and we started to see this one getting a little spike in there at 10. It's kind of like but there's nobody at 10. There's an 11:05, but yeah, it's weird. Wonder what happened. It's a nice little kind of a large candle for 10 o'clock. Yeah, it's 30 pip. There you go. Look, 30. Little bit of a little movement there, right? Something's going on. Yeah, it's 40 pips in like 2 minutes. So so there's a 4 hour ATR of 27. So yeah, there's somebody's involved. Somebody's hitting a button. Somebody's hitting a button. I wonder if there's like news that just came out. It's always gonna be slower over here. So yeah, we'll see. Pound dollar. All right, so pound dollar. Again, quite choppy this morning, right? European market started here. We went up, we went down, we went up, we went down, we went up, we went down, we went up. We're in the same exact area. So nothing really, really great. We're calling for shorts from last week. Let's erase all these. We can still use that. What? What do you want? What? You want to sit on my lap? Okay. Oh, what do you want? Oh, what are you doing? Oh, you want daddy's phone? Yeah. Oh, here. So, yes. Let's do Peppa, Paw Patrol, Blippi. Here, pick something. There you go. You want Blippi Mika? He's gonna figure something out. Let's extend this higher as he's figuring this out. Yeah, look at the basing right there. That's really loud. Here, there. You want something different? Here. Um. Here. Wait, stop. Hold on. I'll do it. Your finger's touching it. It doesn't work when it does that. There. All right. Yeah, I'm not concerned. All right, so right now there is a level that's got a lot of interest behind it, which would be sitting right there. It is a 50. It's a 50 now. It wasn't a 50 before then. You can see up here, it really wasn't much. It decided to tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. And when it came down to a low right here, that's when the 50 became in play. So I'd say right now this is a decent spot. Again, whoops, it's not green. It should be red. We're not getting a lot of movement right now, a lot of sideways in this. What are you doing? Stop. What? You want something different? But that's the best we got right now. No movement, just not a lot of trend right now. We need more than this. We just don't have it. So again, I think again this is so close to 123. I think that's our target right now. Once we get into that range, we can look for a potential short. Pound yen, obviously coming back. Funny that pound yen, we had this drawn, and again we had sellers, and magically that's what it hit at 9 o'clock, and we just pushed back from it. I don't think that's a 1 to 3. Maybe it's probably pretty close. Oh, it's right at a 1 to 3. There's 2.99. And again, there's buyers there, so you should have actually taken this one a little tiny bit early. Right? That's where your buyers are stepping in. So yeah, so there was a 1 to 3 this morning off that level. So again, that was a level from over a week ago. At this point, there you go. It's well past, so it's definitely you're outside of that 1 to 3. There's 3.08, and you can see it's accelerating. All right, see now, see now it's like okay, what's happening? 65 pips in 7 minutes. Um, okay, just that and some comments that are a little angry. Trying to see what the actual headline was. The yen jumped suddenly. Yes, the yen is jumping suddenly. So, but anyway, it was a zone from before. It's running into buyers right where it should. We'll see whatever this is able to sustain its push to the downside. I don't think it is. I mean, typically big pushes like this down wipe a lot of people out, and then it's like, oh my god, and then we see a reversal kind of in the other direction. So, it's fine. I think if it can, we'll see if it can clear this. I don't know that it can. So we got to figure out what it is first. But we'll not be surprised if it comes down and then hits this level right here, and then goes back up again. So we'll see if that's going to be the bottom or if down here. There's enough buyers down here, so we'll see. But yeah, if it turns up here, not surprised. But we just bounced off a level. So this level's been hit a few times and it's been pretty strong. And you can see every time it hits it, boom, boom, boom. Looks like that 186 is what it doesn't want it to clear. Looks like the high today was 186.97. The 52-week range is 186.76, so a little bit higher. But yeah, it's trying to not let it go through 186. So yeah, maybe. I mean, something happened. We'll figure out what it is in a little bit. But again, I just taken something off there. Was a confirmed zone. Been hit a few times. Dollar CAD. So dollar CAD, not much movement, right? We talked about this. This was something that we set up last week. You can see that's what we ran into. It's actually off by a little bit there. Yeah, the 78. It actually ended up going through a little bit more on Friday. Nice pushback down, but we're still in the same range. Overall, right now, we're not getting a lot of help from oil, right? Oil is up 1%, so it's giving the CAD a little bit of strength right now versus the dollar. The dollar is more or less flat right now. Again, are we near any great levels? Not really. I mean, I don't love the 78 sixes that much at all. Up top, the level's been chopped through a bunch. Again, we did break through the 78, so we can take this and roll it in the other direction. Oops, it's this one. We can see if there's anything that kind of is highlighted. Yeah, a few hits here coming off that 50%. Again, this was an old level. The short was there. The short was good. Let's take these off just to clear all this stuff up. Again, Harry Potter love hit. We'll take this level off. It's been hit enough times. Okay, this down here. Let's pull this. And let's pull this. And again, so much chop to the top. I just don't, we can mark this. Um, right now, it's almost kind of a Harry Potter. There's enough basing here where you could be looking for a potential short coming through. There's enough room to run down. This candle's a little bit high, but for the most part, buyers again, it's not fresh. I would say look for buyers coming in potentially there. So it's close to a 1 to 3. But overall, if we break through 137.90, right? If we break through this area here, potentially what happens is it forms a base here, pulls down, comes back, and grabs that base. And the base may actually be where it is right now. But we look for a short back into the 137.50-ish range. I don't think it's a horrible spot. What happened? Is it loading? No, it's not loading. there you go. It's working now. So overall, I do like this to come back down. I think the one, I think here is a decent target. Dollar Swiss 0.02. So big strong up, big strong back down again. Let's see. Let's get this one adjusted from last week. So let's pull this across. Came up, grab 61.8. That short is out. That happened on Friday. We're gonna leave that there. Side. Oops. This zone. Out. This nice little drop base drop. It was a little bit above the 61.8. So if you would have used the 61.8 as your actual backstop, right? Instead of using just a level here to here, because the 618 is there. If you use the 618, you were good. Yeah. Hmm. Unfortunately, I don't have a great setup in this one. This is not the worst buying area. Again, I like the formation of it across here. But top side, again, you had to use the actual 6 to an 8. You need a little bit of assistance in that short, but there's buyers coming in. So I would not be surprised if it turns and bounces off of it. If it does break through, again, there's spacing here. I don't really love it. It's not really the best of areas. So, take it for what it's worth. It's kind of like, it's all right. Not my favorite level. Again, we don't know what's going on. Grind, 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 grind. It made it to 91. So it looks like it was trying to defend the 152 area. Still just that one comment. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So it looks like speculation that they're intervening. And again, maybe they were trying to defend again 162, 158, right? Where it highs from years ago. So yeah, could be. Could be. But remember, whenever there's an intervention, you tend to have a reversal back again. Unfortunately, it's a little bit late to play it now, but would not be surprised if we push back up and end up halfway through. We'll see if that's actually what it is. But again, as I said before, it's hard to play when these interventions are coming. We were looking for big levels, and which one are they going to defend is really what matters the most. So right now, again, let this one wash out until we figure out what it is, and we'll move on from there. Crude, so crude. Crude actually started this morning. Again, Europeans pushed it up, pulled back again. U.S. traders got in. I wouldn't be surprised though if we do have selling coming in right now or somewhere very, very close, being near that 26. We'll see. I mean, the overall data isn't horrible right now. Again, gas prices are in better places than they have been for a while. So I mean, I don't think we're in a bad spot. What is that? No, no, don't eat that. That's a rubber band. No, 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 no. Don't eat rubber bands. Um, Here, let me cut your toe while you're standing here. Yeah, I know you don't like it, but it's sharp. Um, I would not be surprised if this turns and pulls back to the downside again. Nice little surge up today, but with Russia, putting more oil back on the market rather soon. People again, whether your country's allowed to buy it or not, it means that other countries that don't care, right, that will purchase it. If there's not a ban, that means that they have more oil on the market for them to buy at a discounted price. So, which means overall everybody gets more oil. So, yeah, take it for what it's worth. Again, look for a top put in here. I wouldn't be surprised if people are starting to come in right here, but we'll see how that goes. Okay. Natural gas. Natural gas pulling back a little bit, but the question is this the impulse? Is this the correction, or is it a true reversal back from 320? It's funny we retrace all the way back down. Honestly, I think this probably goes back down and fills the gap from last week. I think there's a little bit of a hit in here, but I think overall we're probably going to push back down. Right? It's going to use that $3 mark. Started there last week. Try to form a Harry Potter there. Let's pull this. We'll maintain high there. Yeah, for right now, I'm like, I like this one short. Like this one short. Again, we have a red, we have the green. We'll see if the red can close below to confirm that trend to the downside. But yeah, I think we push back down to the 305 range today. Wouldn't be bad. Gold. So this is an old level for gold. Let's see. We can pull some stuff off of this one now. This target got hit last week. Again, we talked about, you see all the chop back and forth, and it basically bracketed in there. We talked about a big area here. That's what it hit. That profit target was taken out. This target got hit. Talked about 2000. It's funny. We talked about this. We missed it by just a little bit. It looks like it got the 204.20, and we just need a little bit more out of it. This was an old level that we had mentioned before. Nice little bounce off of it here. Um, I think target wise, like I said, I don't know if we're gonna get down to 1905 right now. Maybe in a couple days if we have more, obviously push with the inflation data. But right now, I'd say that's probably my target to the downside. Maybe a 50. There is a little kind of a confirmation hit right in here. Maybe that's where we're looking for it. This could be a trade for the inflation data if we have a rally back up again, but it's only 1965. So yeah, I mean, I like this one deteriorating. I've been saying that forever. I like short gold, so it's fine. Again, not interested in taking it long, but if it does decide to grind its way up, it is going to have to go through a little bit of a hiccup right in here. Right, the drop, base drop, 23. So watch this, watch short there. Silver. Okay, what are you doing here? Here, give it to me. Put it right here. There we go. Yeah, you want the. Um, all right, so we're hovering around 22. We know the magnetic personality that 22 has and 23 has. You can see last week, it looks like Thursday at 10:30, it used that 23, dropped it all the way back down to 22, and now we're hovering there. There's no real kind of big buying areas. There's an old level sitting down here at 2181. For the most part, I think it probably stabilizes. There's not enough news right now. You can see gold little changes, traders strapping for U.S. inflation data. The inflation data is going to matter. Again, the core number is what's going to matter the most. We'll see if the Fed really does much with it. If it comes in as expected, it's kind of like, everybody be like, oh, we're back down to 3.3. The Fed's job is done. Yay. But again, there's still that positive 0.3 in the core number. The overall, when you have gas included, it looks great. But yeah, remove gas, and it's like the core number is not much different, right? We're still seeing increases. Um, you're still seeing that 0.3. So hold on, buds, you're fine. Yeah, but you stabbed at it with these, and then it hurts. So if you're gonna sit here half asleep, I know, I know. There we go. All done. Oh, hold on, I lied. There we go. All done. Um, so as far as silver goes, if it creeps up a little bit, great. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a level right here. Yeah, you can see there, and there's a couple other areas in there. So yeah, I mean, it's got to chop through. What is it? 2213. I think it's got to get through that area first, and then there's another area sitting right above it. So that's why you good. Why you do that to me? Um, Again, I think we ping pong between these two. Nothing exciting in there. Um, I don't know. Apple's got some decent areas down below. Wouldn't be if it turns and rolls. I'm not going to be super concerned. Yeah, Tesla up. It'll pull back at the open. Got some sellers up top though. It's got some sellers up top, but it's got a little bit more room to run. I think this one has the ability to go up. So again, that could be a driving factor. Dollar again, we pushed down just a little bit, right? But we're still in that kind of same area. VIX again, you can see VIX. Even though everything is in the red, what is the VIX doing? It's actually showing us red candles as it's starting to kind of push back down again. So indices are a little changed. Let's see if there was anything at the open you could have traded today. 9:15, not really. Fortunately, there was a zone here from Friday, and then it kind of drove through. It's like, yeah, there's not. I mean, like if here was your zone that you're looking at from Friday, this eating all of it up, it's like, yeah, those are not the best people in there. Do we want to take it? Yeah, you could have shrank it down to here, and there's something to just bounce off of here. But this is the 9:30 candle down, right? It was opening up here, so it really wasn't in range for a buy or a short. There was a base there, and that's probably why we had a little bit of a pop. But I mean, if anything, I would say that yeah, this is probably you could have kind of went long out of that one. But at this point, you're kind of pinched. But if this is the reversal point for the morning, it makes sense. It just the problem is this is one from last week. Typically, opening print, you want the zone to be formed in the overnight and then confirmed sometime in the European session. This unfortunately was a zone from Friday, right? And then the confirmation came in here on a Sunday night with no markets open, right? European session started here, so this is all the European movement. So yeah, I guess technically you could say, hey, there's a base. There's some confirmation, even though it's been a long time there. And yeah, you should have went long, but reality is this is a zone from last week. This was Sunday night, super late, and the European movement was all up top, so a little bit riskier. But if we go green on the day, that could be the bottom. Natural NQ. There's an old level we had marked off. I mean, I haven't touched NQ in a week, and magically we hit it here, and then came back and based, and then it broke it, and then it used it this morning, and kind of the same thing. This is a 9:45 candle, so we were sitting here. There could have been a case made, but again, it's the same thing, right? Here's the zone from Friday. Friday at 1 o'clock. Was there an explosive movement off of it? No, this is just slow grind, 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 grind. And it started the base right before the level. So you're like, yeah, it's going to break. And it did. It broke. So, you could have looked at that one trying to go long. But once you start to see this from this 8:45 to 9:30, you're like, oh, no, it's stopping before a confirmed level, right? It's starting to form, sellers here. And it died. Boom, right through. And ended up grabbing that old level. So, not really an opening print. And again, Monday mornings are typically not the best for opening prints. I'll be so excited when all this junk is out of my throat again. Sure, people will be looking at that one too. Yeah, be cautious with that level. Look, high to low, easy draw, 61 sitting right there. Wouldn't be surprised if there's some sellers. It's not the best of zones because it's higher highs. Wouldn't be surprised if some sellers come in at that level there. But this one, yellow, is kind of like a watch it, but may not trade it. But it is a base. It is a 61.8. Now let it push back down again if it's able to kind of continue its rally to the top side. So we'll see. YM, not much. Yeah, it had the same thing. There was a little bit of a base here. So, I mean, there was a little bit of a possibility to take something small right there. Um, there's your 8:45. 9:30 was right there. Whoops, it's this one. There's 1 to 3 exactly. So you can see it went above. And again, little difference, right? The other ones didn't have this basing level here. And ideally, again, this is a European session. It did come down, and at 8:45 it hit it. So it looks more like this, if that makes sense. There's your confirmation. It came back up and then hit it at 9:30. 9:30 took off. So you could have taken it. It was, 20 for 60. Not horrible in the YM, right? Not horrible. So it was confirmed. It was formed at 3, confirmed at 8:45. What's wrong? You hungry? Yeah, you're hungry. You've already had one piece of bread today. This is crazy. 2 pieces of bread in one morning. What do you want for breakfast? Want an egg? Egg. Okay. Let's see what we got on Russell. All right. So see, Russell doesn't have that level of basing in there, right? It had Sunday night basing here. It didn't even touch. So yeah, Russell's a little bit more volatile. 9:45, 9:30 came up. Yeah, it didn't. There's not really a zone to grab. There was some basing here, but you can see, look, highs here, and then highs went up and then pushed down. 8:45, 9:15 was here, and there's just nothing there. I mean, again, you're not taking a Sunday night base, right? This is 10, 11 o'clock last night. You're not taking that in. It wasn't even touching the base down here, right? We knew that we had this level of basing right here, right? I mean, had you taken this piece right here, this pullback, that's what I ran into, but not a little bit risky. A little bit risky for a Monday morning. So, yeah, overall, YM was really the only decent trade. And again, it was the strongest on the board. It's still within that range right now. But again, it used kind of that Monday morning early drive, right? The 3 o'clock formation, the 8:45 touch, and then obviously took off. So 1 for 4 as far as entries go. Again, Monday. What are you going to do? Let's see what the dollar's doing. Yeah, dollar's finding those buyers in here. Let's see. Is there more? No, just speculation of Japan intervenes. So, but that's what happens just for no reason whatsoever. It's like 10 o'clock, somebody hit the button, and that's exactly what happened. So, again, kind of hard to plan. I would say, as far as what to watch out for next 24 hours before we meet, again, there is a bunch of data. Again, the claim account could be some movement. The average earning index, again, expected to be, good number, but not necessarily what you want for that one. And then obviously 8:30 tomorrow morning. Again, everybody's going to look at this 3.3. Like, look, we're almost back to 2. Do we need to get to 2? Right? But the thing is, yes, this drop, but again, it was on a monthly basis, and this is oil prices being in the mid 80s to 77. So most of the gain, or most of the drop, I guess, is all coming from a monthly number. So again, with gasoline not included, look at core number, still holding at 0.3. So all right, let's go ahead and do the drawing. So this week we'll be doing a lot of 50s. Oh, what's it doing? There we go. There'll be a lot of 50s this week, just because I missed all of last week. So it's a good week to gain. I did check. Neuro won the last one, so Neuro will be the one who's you know getting his 100 today if he wins. So he'll get his double today. Oh man, buds, man, still coughing. So much coughing. And the worst part is I have like a headache from coughing. So it's like it's just consistent, nonstop. All right. This one continued to tick all the way through, so I don't know. All right. Looks like Neuro is going to get it cheap today, or get a cheap option today. We'll go right to 15. There we go. 15 to go. All right. The winner of today's drawing is. I hit it. Oh, it's weird. Oh, there it is. Here. Okay. I was like looking. I was like, wait, it didn't pop. Yeah, you had a 75% chance of winning. So no surprise there that Neuro won it today. So you take it cheap. Loyalty. Let's go back to the leaderboard. Let's give it to you. Where's he at? Right here. Right there. You get your 100. Positive today. So, all right. So again, watch out for 8:30 tomorrow morning. There'll probably be some decent movement in the overnight. Again, thank you guys for understanding for last week. It was not a fun week. Lots of coughing, lots of tiredness, a lot of whiny kids, and man, I was hurting. Hopefully each day I cough less and less and less, and hopefully by the end of the week I won't be coughing at all. I can only hope. So with that, I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern time. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.